guys, Melissa Edmonds here from ProShapeFitness. So today we have the first official video for the Trainer Critique Live series ready for you guys. And in case you missed the last video where I explained it all, let me give you a really quick recap. So we each month select a new exercise. This time it was the standard squat, and we asked readers to send in videos of themselves performing the exercise with the chance to have two top strength coaches, Bret Contreras and Nick Tumminello, provide their feedback in real time. So you guys are going to get the chance to watch those two videos that were selected with Nick and Bret giving their feedback. So it's going to be great for those of you who are coaches. You'll learn some new cues, and for those of you who are athletes, you can learn some little tweaks to make to perfect your form. With that being said, if you guys want to follow along with the rest of the series, you can subscribe down there to my YouTube channel. You can also check out ProShapeFitness.com, get on our list for updates, and also get a free fitness tracker just for signing up. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Nick and Bret. Hope you guys enjoy.
Hey, it's Nick Tumminello here. I'm evaluating this video of the girl in the black tights and the polka dotted shirt doing barbell squats. She has the white headphones on, and just giving my feedback on the movement and whatnot. Really, there's only a few things I look at here. Because there is no one correct way to squat or one specific way to squat, because humans come in all shapes and sizes, and therefore there's different ways to squat that best fit the individual. The first thing that I would do is I notice she's not going very deep. So the first thing that I would just ask her is I'd experiment with different stance widths with her, just to see if there's anything that is more comfortable for her that allows her to go a little deeper to get more range of motion based on the unique structure of her hip joint. The other thing I noticed, which may or may not be related to the depth of her squat, is if she does do a little bit what some people call the butt wink, where she starts to lose a little bit of that lordotic curve at where she stops at the bottom of the squat. And I'd like to see her try to maintain that curve a little bit more, keep a little stiffer spine. So again, we would mess up with the stance, excuse me, to see if we can help her maintain that lumbar curve while she performs the squat. The other thing that we could do is we could play with the bar position a little bit if she's able to maintain that, and to give her some variety in regards to her torso position. So a little higher torso position for a female is going to be a little more quad dominant, as long as they can stay more upright. And the females tend to be more quad dominant, so I may ask her to do a little bit lower bar position and to get her torso a little bit more forward, to put a little bit more work through the glutes and hamstrings. So this is Nick Tumminello. I'm watching the other squat video of the girl in the purple sport top and the gray tights doing a barbell squat. The only thing I really see with her is, again, the range of motion is short. She's not going very deep, and it looks like her feet and knees are just caving in a bit. Now, why that is, there could be lots of reasons to it. You can't just say it's tight calves or weak glutes or something like that. That's a little overly simplistic. So again, kind of what I said in the last video, or the last audio when I was watching the video, is we'd experiment with different squat widths. I would certainly see if she can do a better job of keeping her knees in alignment with her toes. I would also do a quick little structural assessment on her to see if she has any sort of structural issues, to see if she might not be able to structurally, may not be built to have her knees in line with her feet. Some people have that going on, tibia rotations, things like that. So again, it just really comes down to individualizing the exercise, and also I may, if she still has a hard time squatting and I just don't think the knees are moving inwards like that, we may just not do back squats with her. May do some other type of squat, just experiment with loading her in different ways to see how she responds to it. Maybe goblet squats. And we may even, if she was my client, I may even decide that barbell squats, and whether they be front squat, back squat, high bar, back squat, low bar, none of them might not be that good for her, so we might go to more split squat and single single leg type variations. That doesn't mean balancing on one leg. It could mean rear foot elevated, split squatted. It could be certain lunges. And that may be the way I decide to go if I worked with her and we just played around with exercises to see what best fit her. So that's really the takeaway from all this stuff, is that when you see an exercise that just doesn't look great, so her squat to me just doesn't look that great. It could be any number of reasons. It could be her structure. It could be her skeletal proportions, which are part of her structure. I mean structure and part of her ankle-knee alignment, all kinds of certain things. So I just may find a back squat may not be that great for her, but we're certainly not going to try to force a square peg into a round hole. The barbell squat is just one exercise of many to strengthen the lower body. Nobody has to do it, and if anybody tells you otherwise, you need to find someone else to listen to, because that person's view of strength training is extremely shallow.
Okay, this advice applies to both ladies since they both squat very similarly. Both of them keep their knees out. I'd like to see them drive their knees outward a little bit more. Both of them keep their spine relatively stable, so that's good, but they both need to go deeper. They're not even squatting to parallel, and they both use the high bar position, really high bar. I would try to have them move the bar a little bit lower down and either try like a lower high bar position or a low bar position, which involves placing the bar underneath the spine of the scapulae. I would say probably 50% of ladies end up preferring the high bar position and another 50% end up preferring low bar, but most women gravitate towards the high bar position because it's more comfortable, and not every woman can tolerate the low bar position well, but I at least expose all of my clients to it and see what they prefer and see what makes their form better. So I'd like to see them try to learn the low bar technique, and then just go deeper. And I start my clients off with goblet squats. They go rock bottom. They go as deep as they can without a little bit of butt wink or posterior pelvic tilt at the bottom is fine, but too much is not. So I determine the optimal depth for them. And then once they can get, say, 50-pound goblet squats for like 2 sets of 12, then I progress to the barbell and we do front squats and back squats. And but these two ladies look like they're flexible and mobile and fit, and so they could go deeper. They just need to lighten the load and practice using a full range of motion. And again, experiment with different bar positions on the back. Okay, hope that helps.